everybody. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to our Power Talk for your Peak Potential episode number 3. You like that? Today we have a very special guest, our very own Sam Roth.
The resident rock star.
The resident rock star, yeah. Sam, what do you have to say to everybody before we get started?
I'm so excited to be on the show tonight. Been looking forward to this all week. Can't wait to share how the strings of a guitar relate to your nervous system.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, and another thing that he wants to show off. What did you get today at the practice?
Glow-in-the-dark bracelets. 2 of them. One of them didn't work. You can never take a glow-in-the-dark bracelet for its face value because they don't always work.
Yeah.
But this pink one works. So. Yeah.
And he got that by being at the practice and coloring one of our color sheets. We have a goodie.
Halloween posters are up. So.
Yeah, we are in Halloween season, so we have lots of coloring things from kids drawing that. So we will get started today, and our topic is about how your guitar strings on a guitar are like your spinal cord. So a very quote that we can talk about first is that the tone, tension, posture of your spine dictates the tone, tension, posture of your life. And what I really mean by that is, so just like a guitar string, your spinal cord can either be wound really, really tight and have a certain tone and play a certain chord, or it can be really, really loose and play a different note in a different chord. So we thought, what other way to better explain that than to show it? So, Sam, can you make one string like really tight and show us what that sounds like?
What do you mean by that?
Like, can you tighten the string to make it really tight and wound up and then play it and then show us what it sounds like? Yep. So just like that, you see what he's doing? So he's tightening.
I'm actually loosening it so I don't break strings. So okay. we'll start
we don't want that. If we broke anything on his guitar, it would be bad.
I'd have to replace it.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh. So do you see? Do that again. Do you see how by loosening the string or making it tighter is making a different sound come out of the guitar? And there's always one of the first things that you do whenever you get to a performance is you always tune your guitar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why do you do that?
Makes me sound better.
It makes you sound better.
Makes me sound more professional.
That's right. And and now I'm learning stuff too. Is there a range of which like is a good tension for the tone of the sound, or is it like right dead on? It has to be at a certain.
It depends on what you're going for. You can tune the guitar a variety of different ways. Mm-hmm. There is a ideal that the majority of musicians play in.
Okay.
Tuning. So.
Okay. But that's like one of the first things that you do when you get there because you want it to sound the best, right? Yeah. That's right. Perfect. So, just like the guitar strings, your spinal cord is the same way. If your spinal cord is wound up way tight, just like that guitar string, it's going to have a different tone to it, and it's going to function differently. It's going to have a different song that it's playing. And just like if it was super, super loose, it's going to have a different song and a different tone to it as well. And so what I do, just like what Sam does when he gets to a performance, is he tunes his guitar to make sure that it sounds the best so he can perform at his best and make everyone in the audience happy and enjoy his songs. I was gonna say fall in love with him, but I was like, that might be a little much. I don't know. I don't know.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, I guess. But what I do is I do the same thing, but instead of doing that on the guitar like Sam does, I do that to your spinal cord. Is I make sure that the tone and the tension of your spinal cord is right in within that ideal range, so then you can sing the best song. What did you say, Kate? I just had a patient say this to me today. He builds guitars. Perfect! See, isn't this such a perfect way to describe it? Is, again, what we do is we make sure that the tone and the tension of your spinal cord is within that ideal range for your body to sing the perfect song and for your body to function the way that it should, just like Sam tunes his guitar so his guitar can function the way that it should, and it can be awesome. So, do you have anything else to add to that? Any other like explanations with that?
No.
No? Okay, so now we get to hear the Magnificent Sam play some of his guitar.
That's my stage name.
The Magnificent Sam. First off, I have a question. What's your guitar's name?
So this guitar is named Doris. I'm glad you asked.
Thank you, yeah.
Is named after my piano teacher that I took lessons from when I was a little kid. She was like 90, 94, around 93, 94, 95, somewhere in there, years old, when I was taking piano lessons from her, so.
Cool.
That's what this guitar is named after.
Yeah. And if I swung the camera around and showed you the rest of our living room, it would have, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guitars just in my eye range. So he has lots of guitars. And now we get to listen to him play. After he tuned it correctly, just like a chiropractor does to your nervous system. Good? Do we have some like thumbs up for him? Okay, I have something else to add. Okay, so as I was watching him play, and he's doing all these crazy magic moves with his, I love listening to you play, Sam. So do I. Thanks, Katie. As he's doing all these moves with his hands, it's making different chords, and the way, right? It's a chord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I guess. And the way that it's happening is he's putting his fingers in different places and then he's strumming them together and it produces a whole different sound as if he's doing that. So what that made me think of is when people come into the practice, I'm always assessing what pattern their body is in and essentially what chord their body is in, because it's never just like one thing. It's never just like one note that their body is playing. It's always a series of notes. It's always a series of a pattern and the chord, which then plays the entire song, which then composes your health and your life and your relationships and how you live. And so that's what I do, is I find out not only how tight your spinal cord is wound, and I do that. That's exactly what I do with my technique, is I check the heel tension, I check the stretch that's on your legs, and then I check the stretch that's in your neck in a very gentle way. But I'm also assessing for the whole pattern of your body, essentially the chords that your body is playing. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Did that ring a bell?
With me?
Yeah.
I just noticed you're talking over here, I'm like playing guitar over here. It's like
it works. It's kind of nice to have it in the background, yeah? Cool.
Yeah, background.
So, again, we just want to reiterate that your spinal cord is much like a guitar string, in that the tension and tone of your spinal cord is going to determine the tension and the tone of your life. So you could imagine that if your spinal cord is really, really wound up and you're playing a very high-pitched noise, what do you think your connections are like with another person? Do you think that they are easy and flowing and like gentle, or do you think they're more like high pitched and you are just like really aggravated? Yeah. If that's what's happening in your body,
that's what people are running around with.
Yeah. If that's what's happening in your body, how do you think you're outwardly expressing that? Do you think that's outwardly being expressed as health, or do you think that's outwardly being expressed as stress and as frustration and as confusion and as disconnection? Or again,
this is what I feel like after I get adjusted.
Yeah.
Hold on, the guitar's not in tune.
See, he needs to tune his guitar. Just like this.
No, it came from actually.
It came from doing that stressful noise.
It actually did, and messing around with it earlier. Okay, after an adjustment.
With good tone and tension, you could die a happy man. Yeah. Exactly.
All right, more requests.
More requests. What do you guys want to hear? No, but actually, you know, you could hear the difference in that. This is like nice and easy, and the other one was just like chaotic and stressful. So this, nice and easy, when your nervous system is like this, when your spinal cord is functioning like this, nice and easy, and that tone and that tension is the way that it should be, then you're able to be nice and easy with the people around you. You're able to have meaningful relationships with your spouse. You're able to have meaningful connections with your kids. Everything that they say does not make you want to run away and just hide. Or if you're a kid, okay, do the stressful noise again. Yeah, this is not being able to focus in school. Could you imagine if this is how your nervous system is running all the time, and then a teacher says, hey, here's 10 math problems, please do them? No. They're literally like, I can't. They're trying so hard, but their nervous system is functioning like this. This is what it sounds like, and they can't. That's the thing. And so again, what I do is I make it sound like this. Now, hey, here's 10 math problems, and they can do it no problem. And they just rock it, and they just have the best time at school, and they can play with their friends the way that they should. They don't get anxious just being with other kids. Yeah? That's a real concern for kids now. Just a little side note. Sam's grandma, hopefully she's already watching. Marlis, this is a shout out for you. She commented on my first official Power Talk video to Sam.
How Norwegian she sounded.
How Norwegian I sound. And if it is any surprise to any of you, my blonde hair and blue eyes and the way I sound, I am very much so Scandinavian and from North Dakota. But anyways, just a little side note, hey to Marlis, if you're watching. She is one of Sam's biggest fans, so she probably will check this out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So do you want your nervous system to sound like this? Do you want your kid's nervous system to sound like this?
I don't know if that's a good analogy.
Why?
Because that's slow dancing in a burning room, so
I guess.
I feel like you don't want kids to be
slow dancing in a burning room.
doing anything in a burning room.
That's true.
But that's a good analogy in that I feel like a lot of people are in a burning room.
That's true.
And they're just slow dancing in it, but really that's the best they know what to do in it, rather than put the fire out or leave the room. They think it's normal. They think it's normal to be.
They honestly think that crazy sound, that if Sam can do it again, that craziness, that this if this is what your nervous system is doing every single day, this becomes your normal. And that's so sad, because then people think that that's just how life has to be because it's just so common. And that's the thing, is that just because it's common, just because you hear that every single day, does not mean that it's normal, and does not mean that that's what you... See, he has to tune his... I think you missed it, but he has to keep tuning his guitar once he's hearing that sound, and that's another perfect strategies. Yeah, that's another perfect segue into talking more deeply about healing, is that people often ask, why do I need to get adjusted multiple times? And the thing is because you have continual stress in your life. You have that continuous ee sound, and so you need to continuously come to a chiropractor and get it retuned until your body is operating at a level that it can do that itself. Yeah, but for many, many years, it was operating at that ee sound, and it's going to continually be functioning like that. That's the song that your body is playing, and then you need to come regularly to get a new pattern, and you need to come and get it tuned up, essentially, and so your spine and your spinal cord can be at that right proper tension, so then you can play the song that you are meant to play. Just a little side note on the slow dancing in a burning room. What was it? A year and a half ago, me and Sam, we did a school talent show to that, and he played it and sang, and I have a dance background, and I danced, and guess what place we got? What do we think? We got first place!
Yeah.
Yeah, we did great. We could have won a trip to Washington, D.C., but we decided not to do that.
We decided to skip on that and take the $50 Target gift card.
Target gift card, yeah. And now we have a vision board in our house because of it.
$50
so yeah, thanks for the $50.
Right.
But mainly it was just fun to do that together. So I think that we can listen to this song as we leave tonight. And again, I hope that this all makes sense. I hope this is all clicking to you, that the tension of the guitar string is going to determine the song and the sound that it plays, just like the tension of your spinal cord is going to determine the song that your body plays. So make sure that it is getting tuned up properly by a chiropractor who is loving you and is going to make sure that your body is playing the right song. So have a wonderful night, guys. I think this has been the most engagement that we've had, so I think we might need to bring Sam back on. If you agree, maybe comment a thumbs up, and then we'll make him a regular figure on our Power Talks. Yeah? All right.
Gosh, this sounds out of tune.
Yeah, because he was making that stress. Yeah, if you have continual stress on your body all the time, you're going to need to get it tuned up more regularly.
I treat this guitar like with very high respect, and it didn't that.
He never makes that sound.
No, it wasn't. That's not even what... Well, that probably did a little bit, but it was more messing. Just
playing with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is another thing. You need to make sure that you're getting very specific and gentle adjustments to your spinal cord, because it is the most important organ in your body, because it is connecting your brain to the rest of your body, and that is how you are going to express yourself to the world. So, okay, with that, we say goodnight. We're gonna go eat some crock pot stew. All right, bye guys. Thanks for tuning in.